What
It
if
is
I told you
essential
that
that
the
we
persistent
discuss your
icy
results
coldness freezing
thoroughly.
your feet beneath thick wool
Early
socks,
detection is
the
key
heavy
to
throbbing
successful
fluid
treatment.
swelling that transforms your ankles into puffy, unyielding tree trunks by 6 p.m. every single evening, or that frustrating crawling numbness making your soles feel like you are walking on thick layers of wet cardboard, has absolutely nothing to do with your legs simply becoming naturally worn out, decaying, or broken by chronological time. Instead, what if the true, clinically proven medical reality behind your failing lower extremity circulation is caused by a silent biological logjam, a severe state of transdermal vascular shutdown, where the smooth muscle walls of your superficial blood vessels have locked up in a tight, chronic spasm due to poor localized temperature regulation and a lack of specific, bioavailable endothelial signaling compounds. For millions of older adults over the age of 60 and 70, watching their independent mobility slowly shrink due to declining peripheral circulation is one of the most frustrating, anxious, and deeply isolating experiences of growing older. It almost always begins with small, subtle warning signs that you easily brush off as basic fatigue. You sit in your living room chair, and you suddenly notice a deep, tight ache crawling up your calf muscles. You try to rub your legs with your hands, but your feet feel completely cold, pale, and disconnected from the rest of your body. Your immediate instinct is to seek conventional, passive relief. You visit a clinic, mention your heavy, cold legs, and you are frequently handed a prescription for heavy compression socks that are painfully difficult to pull over your swollen ankles, told to elevate your feet on 3 pillows every afternoon, or handed a baseline pharmaceutical water pill. While these interventions manage surface fluids, you quickly uncover a deeply frustrating reality. Your legs continue to feel like heavy blocks of lead, your feet remain perpetually cold, and you spend your days feeling trapped in your living room, terrified that your legs simply won't support your weight if you stand up too long. You accept the dangerous misconception that living with broken lower body circulation is just the standard tax you have to pay for growing older. But
We're
as a
gonna take
physician
excellent care of
specializing
you.
in restorative biomechanics, transdermal vascular therapy, and senior longevity, I am standing here today to completely shatter that defeatist medical narrative with absolute, unassailable biological evidence. Your lower body circulatory network is not a decaying, rusty pipeline destined to close off permanently the moment you celebrate a specific birthday milestone. Your blood vessels possess an extraordinary, lifelong capacity to expand, adapt, and dramatically increase their internal blood flow velocity through a process known as transdermal vasodilation. If your legs are cold, heavy, and starving, it is not because they are fundamentally dead.
Highlight the key
It is
medicinal
because your
properties of the
peripheral
plants.
vascular
The
grid
compound we've
is
isolated from
trapped
this
in an
purple
emergency
flowering
state
herb
of
is
biological
particularly promising.
suffocation. Every single blood vessel running from your thighs down to your toe tips is wrapped in a delicate layer of smooth muscle tissue. To keep blood tracking smoothly against the relentless downward pull of gravity, the microscopic inner lining of these vessels must continuously produce a short-lived, miraculous signaling molecule that commands these smooth muscle cells to relax: nitric oxide. However, decades of prolonged sitting, cellular sugar crystallization, and reduced transdermal lipid absorption have effectively turned those natural relaxation signals off, leaving your lower leg arteries locked in a permanent, tight state of absolute structural constriction. Today, in this comprehensive, unified medical masterclass, we are going to completely tear down the traditional walls of senior vascular care. We are going to isolate the exact mechanical and chemical bottlenecks that choke your lower body infrastructure, examine the underlying transdermal absorption dynamics, and put a doctor-approved botanical oil protocol into immediate action. I am going to reveal the exact clinical blueprint of how your body's cellular sodium-potassium pumps regulate tissue fluid, expose the single most powerful organic botanical oil you can rub onto your lower legs every morning to instantly stimulate transdermal nitric oxide, flood your starving extremities with a massive pressurized surge of oxygen-rich blood, and detail a 5-move physical alignment protocol to maintain vitality right from your living room chair. Before we uncover the profound biochemical mechanics of this master blood flow oil, if you want to shield your physical independence, eliminate lower leg fluid stagnation, and secure your long-term mobility, please click that subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another senior health masterclass here on the Dr. Robert channel. To truly understand how a specific transdermal botanical oil can increase lower body blood flow faster and more safely than harsh chemical creams, we must first analyze the exact trajectory of vascular constriction that takes place under the surface of an aging frame past age 60. If you are completely ready to break the cycle of lower leg heaviness, reactivate your sleeping blood vessels, and lock in absolute circulatory vitality with me today, please type 1 in the comment section right now. If not, drop a 0 so I can learn exactly how to optimize these deep clinical masterclasses for your specific physical goals. Let's look past the surface of your skin and examine the raw physiology of transdermal vascular absorption. Your skin is not a solid, impermeable plastic barrier. It is a dynamic, highly porous living organ lined with lipid-rich cellular layers and millions of microscopic capillary loops known as the papillary dermis. When you apply specific lipid-soluble botanical compounds to the skin of your lower legs and feet, these active molecules bypass your digestive system completely, absorbing directly through the stratum corneum and reaching the underlying smooth muscle tissue of your microvessels within minutes. In a youthful body, the skin maintains rich microvascular density, allowing blood to flow freely to the surface to maintain warmth and nourish peripheral nerves. But as we step past age 60, standard modern lifestyle patterns place our lower body circulation into what advanced cardiology refers to as the gravity trap of peripheral stagnation. It begins with the hours we spend sitting completely motionless inside deep living room recliners. The moment you sit with your hips and knees bent at continuous 90-degree angles, you are physically kinking your massive femoral highways like a rubber garden hose. This mechanical kinking instantly drops blood velocity to a sluggish crawl, allowing unoxygenated fluid to pool heavily inside your lower ankles. At the exact same time, a parallel molecular disaster is taking place inside the vessel walls due to advanced glycation end products, AGEs. When refined carbohydrates or hidden processed sugars saturate your bloodstream, glucose binds permanently to the flexible collagen fibers lining your inner blood vessels. Think of it exactly like pouring hot, sticky caramel syrup down into the delicate internal components of a luxury watch. The caramel cools, hardens into a rigid crust, and completely paralyzes your vessel's natural ability to synthesize nitric oxide. Your vessels stay narrow, clamped down, and unyielding. When your lower vessels remain locked in this rigid, clamped state, your heart is forced to pump against immense peripheral resistance, leading to cold skin, agonizing nighttime calf cramps, and sensory numbness. Applying harsh chemical heat creams merely irritates surface pain receptors without expanding the deep microcapillary network. To truly restore lower body blood flow, we must utilize a strategic transdermal intervention. We must apply an organic, bioavailable botanical oil that penetrates deep into the dermal tissue, stimulates local endothelial nitric oxide production, and relaxes the smooth muscle walls of your lower leg vessels. Now, let us reveal the #1 essential oil for poor senior leg circulation. Pure organic rosemary essential oil, Rosmarinus officinalis, blended in a carrier lipid. For centuries, traditional European and Mediterranean medicine relied on rosemary extractions to revive cold, weak, and stagnant limbs. Modern clinical pharmacology has now confirmed the exact biochemical mechanism behind this ancient wisdom. Pure rosemary essential oil contains high concentrations of two extraordinary, lipid-soluble bioactive compounds, 1-MON-8-cineol, eucalyptol, and rosmarinic acid. When pure rosemary essential oil, properly diluted in a lipid carrier oil such as organic extra virgin olive oil or jojoba oil, is massaged smoothly into the skin of your calves, ankles, and foot soles. These active terpenes penetrate directly into the papillary dermal microcirculation. 1,8-cineol acts as a powerful natural vasodilator, directly triggering the endothelial cells lining your microcapillaries to release a surge of nitric oxide gas. Simultaneously, rosmarinic acid acts as a potent antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals and breaking down localized inflammatory congestion surrounding your peripheral nerve endings. The clinical result is immediate and profound. Within 3 to 5 minutes of transdermal massage, localized skin temperature increases. The smooth muscle walls surrounding your superficial veins and deep arteries relax. Blood vessel diameter expands, and a warm, pressurized wave of oxygen-rich blood rushes clean down into your toe tips. This transdermal flush drains accumulated metabolic waste, relieves fluid swelling, and restores active nerve conductivity to cold, numb feet. How to prepare and apply the Master Rosemary Vascular Massage. Never apply pure, undiluted essential oil directly to sensitive senior skin, as it can cause mild surface irritation. To create the perfect, doctor-approved vascular blend at home, combine 5 drops of 100% pure organic rosemary essential oil with 1 tablespoon of warm extra virgin olive oil or jojoba oil. Every morning after showering or before sitting down for the day, pour a small amount into your palms. Rub your hands together to warm the oil, and massage it into your feet and calves using smooth, upward stroking motions, moving from your toes, across your ankles, and up toward your knees. This upward stroke mechanically assists your venous valves in driving stagnant blood back up toward your heart. We have exposed the structural and biochemical mechanics of transdermal vasodilation. Now, it is time to combine our Master Rosemary Oil Massage with active physical preservation, right here in the room. While applying the botanical oil opens your microscopic vessel walls, you must engage your lower limb hydraulic muscle pumps to forcefully drive that newly oxygenated blood throughout your entire frame. Today, I am going to reveal our highly strategic, low-impact, 5-move at-home mechanical realignment protocol. These targeted movements are specifically engineered to bypass joint strain entirely, activate the massive muscular hydraulic pumps embedded deep within your lower limbs, and safely decompress systemic vascular pressure. All you need is a firm kitchen chair, a clear wall, and less than 10 minutes of daily attention. Let us break down these 5 corrective movements with absolute clinical precision. Movement 1. The seated, soleus hydraulic second heart pump. This is our primary weapon to eliminate lower leg fluid stagnation, amplify the effects of your rosemary oil application, and instantly activate the deepest circulatory engine in your lower limbs. The soleus muscle, located deep beneath your main calf muscle, contains a massive web of dense venous reservoirs that modern cardiology refers to as the second heart of the human body. Sit completely tall right at the front edge of your firm kitchen chair. Do not lean your spine back against the comfortable cushioning. Hold your head high, roll your shoulders back, and pull your shoulder blades together to align your posture. Place your feet flat on the floor directly beneath your knees, keeping them perfectly hip-width apart and pointing straight ahead. For maximum blood flow output, perform this barefoot or in thin socks, keeping the balls of your feet and all 10 of your toes completely glued flat to the ground. Slowly and intentionally drive down through your midfoot to elevate both of your heels high into the air. Raise them up until you feel a deep, tight contraction locking along the lower half of your calves. Hold this peak contraction for 2 full seconds. Now, lower your heels back down over a 2-second count, touching the floor silently. The exact split second your heels touch, immediately peel your toes and the front of your feet up toward your shins as high as humanly possible, locking the muscles along the front of your shins, the tibialis anterior. Hold for 2 seconds. Alternate back and forth continuously for 90 full seconds. Heels up, toes up. As you pump, imagine your calf acting like a mechanical sponge, forcefully wringing out stagnant blood and pushing it straight past your venous valves back up to your chest. Repeat for 3 total rounds daily. Movement 2. The countertop bamboo Achilles tensor. This movement targets the thick, rigid tendons running down the back of your lower ankle, which act like a physical constriction band that bottlenecks blood flow returning from your feet, driving up systemic arterial resistance. Stand completely tall and proud, facing your kitchen counter, a solid table, or a flat wall. Place both of your hands flat on the surface at chest level to serve as your absolute balance security button. Step your right foot backward about 18 to 24 inches, keeping your left foot forward. Keeping your rear right heel completely glued flat into the floor and your right leg perfectly straight, slowly bend your front left knee and shift your entire torso forward toward the counter. Move forward until you feel a deep, intense, warm, lengthening stretch, stretching all the way down your right Achilles tendon and upper calf. Once you reach that point of deep stretch, do not bounce. Hold the position in absolute stillness. Take a deep 4-second breath in through your nose, expanding your stomach, and as you slowly exhale through pursed lips for 6 seconds, consciously imagine your tight ankle arteries softening and opening up. Hold for 30 continuous seconds per leg. Complete 2 rounds per side. Unlocking this ankle bottleneck instantly lowers the hydrostatic back pressure inside your arterial grid. Movement 3. The seated femoral highway unkinker. This movement is specifically designed to address the mechanical kinking that occurs inside your hip creases from spending long hours sitting in soft recliners, which completely shuts down blood velocity through your massive femoral lines and traps fluid away from your central circulation. Return to your tall, seated position at the front edge of your firm chair. Grip the metal or wooden side frames of the seat tightly with both hands to stabilize your pelvis. Keeping your posture long and your chest proud, slowly elevate your right knee upward toward the ceiling, about 4 to 6 inches clean off the ground, exactly like performing a slow-motion march. At the absolute peak of this movement, flex your foot by pulling your toes back toward your shin and hold your legs suspended in mid-air for 2 full seconds. Do not let your foot drop or slap back down unguided. Lower it down with immense control over a 3-second count, placing the sole flat on the floor like you are stepping onto thin ice. Immediately alternate to your left leg. Execute 10 slow, calculated marches per leg for 2 full sets. This rhythmic compression forces the massive deep lymphatic and venous collection hubs inside your groin to pop open, clearing the fluid logjam. Movement 4. The lateral wall-supported pelvic brace. This exercise activates your outer hip stabilizers, specifically the gluteus medius, which control the alignment of your pelvis and prevent your body from swaying side to side, a primary trigger that causes your heart and nervous system to work overtime to stabilize your center of mass. Stand tall sideways, next to a flat wall or your kitchen counter. Place your inside hand firmly onto the surface for absolute balance protection. Stand with your feet pointing straight forward, touching each other. Keeping your torso perfectly upright without tilting your shoulders. Slowly sweep your outside leg out sideways to the side about 12 inches. Keep your toes pointing straight ahead. Do not let your foot twist outward. Hold this lateral suspension for 1 full second at the peak, feeling the muscles on the side of your hip firing tightly. Slowly bring the leg back inward over a 2-second count until your feet touch. Complete 12 controlled lateral sweeps on one side. Then turn around to train the opposite leg. Perform 2 sets. Activating these lateral guards gives your body a rock-solid, stable foundation, drastically reducing the hidden sympathetic nervous stress that drives up baseline heart rate and blood pressure. Movement 5. The seated carotid carina deep diaphragmatic release. This final movement does not target your leg muscles. Instead, it directly targets your autonomic nervous system. It stimulates the specialized neurological pressure sensors located inside your neck arteries, known as baroreceptors, commanding your brain to instantly dial down its emergency adrenaline output. Sit completely relaxed but tall in your chair. Rest your hands flat on your lap with your palms facing upward. Close your eyes down completely. Rest the tip of your tongue gently against the roof of your mouth right behind your front teeth. Slowly inhale a deep breath in through your nose over a quiet 4-second count. Do not lift your shoulders or puff out your chest. Instead, drive the air deep down into your belly, forcing your abdomen to expand outward like a balloon. Hold that deep volume of air in your lungs for a brief 2-second pause. Now, open your lips slightly and slowly exhale that breath out through your mouth like you are blowing through a tiny straw. Extend this exhale over a slow, continuous 7-second count. As you empty your lungs, feel your shoulders drop and your entire nervous system down-regulate. Complete 8 continuous rhythmic breaths. Extending your exhale longer than your inhale activates your vagus nerve, sending an immediate chemical message down your spine to slow your heart rate, decrease systemic vascular resistance, and dilate your arteries. Our physical foundation is now completely secure, and our pathways are mechanically unkinked. Now we must turn our attention to the internal biochemical matrix that works alongside our transdermal oil therapy and physical exercises. To achieve long-lasting vascular restoration after age 60, you must complement your external routine with targeted internal nutritional activation. We need to introduce highly specific, nutrient-dense plant structures that function as direct cellular keys to balance your internal hydraulics, nourish your organs, and protect your home safety. Every single cell inside your body contains millions of tiny, built-in structural engines known as the sodium-potassium pump. Think of this pump exactly like a highly calibrated, two-sided swinging security door regulating your internal fluid pressure. When hidden industrial sodium accumulates from modern processed foods, it acts like a powerful biological sponge, drawing and holding immense volumes of water into the spaces surrounding your tissues, waterlogging your capillary beds, and driving up back pressure against your kidneys and heart. To reverse this fluid leak, your body desperately requires bioavailable organic potassium and specific vasodilating plant compounds. Potassium is the biological master key that swings the cell door open, pulling water back inside the cell where it belongs, and sending a direct chemical signal to your kidneys to flush the excess stagnant fluid out into your urine. Vegetable Code 1, mustard greens, gaibasan, and the glucosinolate renal reset. Mustard greens contain an elite concentration of glucosinolates and bioavailable organic potassium, combined with a massive dose of vitamin K. The unique glucosinolates and sulfur compounds that give mustard greens their sharp, slightly bitter taste act directly as a natural, non-chemical stimulant for your liver and kidney filtration pathways. It actively prompts your renal system to clear excess extracellular sodium reservoirs, forcing trapped ankle fluid back into your main circulatory highways without the need for harsh pharmaceutical diuretics. Integrate 1 cup of gently steamed or blanched mustard greens into your diet 3 times a week. Vegetable Code 2, crisp organic celery and the phthalide muscle reset. Celery stores an exceptionally rare, highly active organic chemical compound known as phthalides. The specialized phthalides inside celery act directly on the smooth muscle tissue lining the middle layer of your artery walls. Phthalides work by gently blocking the influx of calcium into the muscle cells, which prevents them from cramping and constricting. This action forces your tense, narrow blood vessels to smoothly widen and relax. Aim to consume 2 to 3 raw organic celery stalks every single morning. Vegetable Code 3. The organic crimson beet and the deep hydrostatic flush. The deep red beet is a legendary vascular therapy asset, packed with an incredibly high concentration of inorganic dietary nitrates. The exact moment you digest beets, your body converts these nitrates into pure nitric oxide, NO, the master key that commands the smooth muscles around your leg veins to open and relax. This removes the mechanical vascular roadblock, allowing stagnant blood to travel back up your body effortlessly and nourishing your organ tissue. Enjoy half a cup of roasted or gently steamed beets with your evening meal. Furthermore, we must bridge the gap between nutrition and your actual 24-hour daily living environment. longevity, and perfect health stability are quietly constructed out of safe, repeatable daily lifestyle defenses. To eliminate the high risk of a sudden morning pressure spike or orthostatic fall when stepping out of bed, you must implement the 5-second transition rule the very moment your eyes open. Step 1. The lateral awakening. When you first wake up, do not immediately sit up. Remain flat on your mattress, roll gently onto your left side, and take 3 deep, slow abdominal breaths to allow your baseline heart rate to stabilize. Step 2. The seated equalizer. Slowly push your upper body up and sit completely upright on the absolute edge of your bed frame, allowing your feet to hang down flat toward the floor. Count to 5 slowly in your mind. This 5-second pause gives the specialized pressure sensors inside your neck arteries the exact time window they need to adjust your blood vessel tension against the downward pull of gravity, completely preventing sudden dizziness, blurry vision, and morning falls. Step 3. The priming pump. While sitting on the edge of the bed during those 5 seconds, perform 10 quick, rhythmic ankle pumps, peeling your heels up and your toes up. This immediately fires your second heart-calf engine, driving fresh blood straight back up to your skull before you stand up. While implementing these powerful natural habits, applying your master rosemary oil blend and making smart dietary choices will drastically improve your quality of life. True medical wisdom requires you to maintain an absolute baseline of diagnostic awareness. You must completely memorize these non-negotiable emergency markers. If you ever experience any of these acute symptoms, stop all activity immediately and seek emergency medical evaluation right away. 1. The asymmetrical leg flush. If you notice a sudden, rapid increase in swelling that is strictly localized to just one single lower leg or bapchun, accompanied by intense, throbbing pain, deep redness, or skin that feels unusually hot to your touch. This is a classic clinical indicator of a deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a dangerous blood clot trapped inside your veins that requires immediate medical emergency intervention. 2. The ischemic chest vise. Any sudden sensation of heavy pressure, squeezing, tightness, or a crushing ache localized deep behind your breastbone, especially if that pain begins to radiate outward down your left arm or up into your jawline, accompanied by an unexpected cold sweat. 3. The neurological switch. The sudden onset of intense, room-spinning dizziness, a sudden numbness or loss of motor control localized to one single side of your face or body, or sudden difficulty speaking. These are the definitive warning signs of an acute stroke. As a final critical physician's warning on active lifestyle adjustments and nutrition, because vegetables like mustard greens are exceptionally rich in bioavailable vitamin K, you must exercise high precision if you are currently prescribed traditional blood-thinning medications such as warfarin or Coumadin. Do not make sudden, drastic spikes or drops in your daily consumption of greens, as it can alter your clotting times. Maintain absolute consistency and always consult your primary care physician to tailor your monitoring to your healthy, nutrient-dense lifestyle. Living your retirement with true dignity, supreme physical freedom, and absolute peace of mind means taking total command of your daily biological choices. By utilizing transdermal botanical therapy, protecting your vascular endothelium, and keeping your internal pumps active, you are securing the freedom and longevity you rightfully deserve. Please take a brief moment right now to comment below with your current age, and share which room in your home you are going to audit for loose throw rugs or safety lighting first today. Click that like button, share this vital guide with a contemporary who is struggling with cold feet or poor leg circulation, and subscribe to Dr. Robert to safeguard your longevity journey. Thank you so much for watching. Keep your foundation strong daily, and I will see you in our next video.